Guys, I can't remember the last time I did a video on my Audi S3 besides the driving videos, the shorts, and the stuff that I post for fun, actually enjoying the car. But I can't tell you guys the last time that I've actually bought a mod for this car, but today that's going to change. Now, the mod that I bought is not huge, but it is going to make a difference, and it's something that I've been kind of toying with wanting to buy for a little while now. So I pulled the trigger and it's right here. So I'm going to be installing today a Go Fast Bits diverter valve on my Audi S3. Now, GFB sells a few different versions of a diverter valve for these cars for the EA 888.3 platform. Now, the one that I got is part number T9401, which is the one that has the little trumpet whistle on the diverter valve. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is honestly just for sound. My stock DV still working perfectly fine. It's the original one that came on this car. I've never had to change it. I've never had a problem. I'm just gonna try this out and see how I like it. I've heard a lot of different videos of people running these and they sound pretty cool. And I just want a little more excitement, a little more like drama while driving this car. And I feel like this mod will perfectly do that for me and what I'm looking for. Now, I'm gonna unbox this with you guys on camera just to see what this comes with. I already opened the label, or broke the label off, but I actually haven't opened the package here, the little box. So, comes with a GFB sticker, what's this? Okay, so this pulls out, little styrofoam here, and then this needs to pull out as well. Okay, so here's the important stuff that it comes with. So we actually have a connector that we're going to be using, new hardware, which is nice that they actually do add this and include this, and then the actual, let me pull this out, the actual diverter valve. So we have where the connector is going to go, the one that they provide to the stock location. It's got the little trumpet. That's where the blow off is going to come from. That's what creates that nice like blow off whistle sound, which some of their DVs don't have this. It just has like a port around here that it'll blow off to. And then there is a spring that you can adjust in the middle of the actual valve with an Allen key. Now, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm gonna leave the spring as is. If I need to adjust it a little stiffer or a little softer, I will, but I'm just gonna install this out of the box the way it is and see how it performs, how it sounds, and if I wanna make adjustments, I can. So, we're gonna go under the hood, we're gonna get this installed, we're gonna take it on a drive, and see how it sounds. Do not mind the dirty engine bay, but this should be a pretty straightforward install. So I need to take off my intake hose here, and the diverter valve is literally sitting right there. There's only 3 bolts that you need to take off, and this should slide right out so we can put the new one in. Very simple, should be a very straightforward install. Okay, so let's start taking this apart. So I have a clamp here where the PCV hose goes into the blaze intake, so I already undid that, and that should be able to just come off, so I don't have to deal with this thing right here, which is a pain. So I'm just going to move that, hopefully not break the hose. So I'm going to loosen this clamp here. Got to loosen the one towards the back of the, there we go. I might position that clamp a little better next time, but let's get that loosened up as well. Yep. Now this should, yep, pop right out. Now this intake is a big girl, so, oh, this clamp completely, that's okay. We'll just put that back together. Not a big deal, but put that back together and remove the rest of, there we go. So now we have this all out. I'm actually going to take this one off too, just to give myself a little bit more room with the, there we go. So should probably clean this filter out too. It looks kind of dirty. I might do that. Yep, definitely. So put that to the side. Put this to the side. So as you can see now, we have this all exposed. So we got to take the connector off of the OEM diverter valve. Take these 3 bolts out. This will pop right out, and the new one can slide right in. Again, pretty straightforward on and off here. So I'm going to pull this connector off, take this out, and I'll show you the comparison between the two. Be very careful with this connector. You don't want to break this. You don't want this to stay loose. So I just take a little flathead here and just pry this up a little bit, and it comes right off. Very easy. You don't have to go crazy on it. So these are going to be 5mm Allen hex bolts. So the top 2 are easy to get to. The third one's under. I'm going to use this little like screwdriver with a bit on the end, but for the bottom one, I'm probably gonna have to change my tool. I'm gonna have to find something to be able to use for that. So, but it shouldn't be that tight. Mine do feel a little tight though. Might have to get something else for this. It's a little tighter than, well, broke that one. Not broke it as in like broken, like I was able to break it loose. Don't want to break anything. So I actually switched to this ratchet with like a bit on the end. Just makes it a little easier to actually get that piece off, because these were definitely a little stuck on there. So the last one is going to be a little complicated to get to, but there we go. This one should break. Yep. There we go. Perfect. So now we got all three loose. So now we're going to pull this baby out. And again, it comes with new hardware, so that's the nice thing. So you don't have to reuse any of this crusty old hardware. This car's almost 10 years old, so this has been on here for a while. So kind of loosen these up here and then take it off. So obviously we have the stock one, which is right here, which is just regular OEM diverter valve, and then we have the GFB one, which is definitely a little bigger. So we'll see how this gets oriented and do the connector and put everything back together. Should be done in about, I would say, no more than 10 minutes. Pretty simple, straightforward thing. So let's get this on the car. Okay, so I have the new one in, all three new hardware. I found that the trumpet needs to point up for it to fit like properly. So trumpet's going to point up, which actually makes sense, obviously, because of the way the sound and the venting to atmosphere here. You don't want to over tighten any of the new hardware. You don't want to strip this out, break it, or break a bolt on the turbo housing. That would not be fun if you did that. So don't over tighten them, just snug them good. So now we got to do the connector, which is why this comes with. Let me get that for you. So this new connector here is going to go onto here. So this piece is going to go here, and then this like brownish maroon is going to go to the OEM connector. So we're going to put this on, so that's good and connected. And now this piece is going to go to the OEM connector. Okay, so that's going to click. And now the only thing that I don't like is that this is sitting out. So you know what? Maybe I'm going to run this under. It does have heat sheathing, so maybe... How can I run this nicely? Because I don't want this to interfere with the intake pipe, on my setup at least. No, you know what? For now, let me just do it this way, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so on my particular car, or at least with this intake setup, I'm going to be able to probably just run this wire over and then put the PCV hose into here, and that'll just sit kind of like right there. It looks a little, I don't know, messy, but honestly with the engine cover on, you really won't see it that much since I still run mine, and hopefully it works out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten this all back up. So I'm going to put this back to where it needs to go, get this clamp done. Definitely should have gotten a longer flathead because, let me do that because I'm struggling for no reason trying to get this down there. We are back with a better flathead. Now, I'm not a lefty, so let me position myself in a better way. Wouldn't that be good, huh? Much, much better. Okay. So let's get this clamp on nice and tight. Oh, careful. There we go. Get this other clamp for the PCV. We're going to run this under, so be able to get a good, yep, and that won't touch, which is good. Get this you know what? Yeah, let me reposition. There we go. Perfect. Get the PCV hose on, and then got to make sure that's good because you don't want any blow by, any weird stuff coming out of there. So we have the intake back in. I've tightened that all up. It's pretty easy again, guys. Just taking off the clamps, and now we have obviously the new diverter valve in its place. So we're gonna now start the car, make sure that there's no codes or anything, that the connectors are doing what they got to do. Again, I kind of don't like that this is sitting up. I'm probably gonna try to find a better maybe nicer solution and not have this just floating here, but I mean, it's not the biggest thing in the world, not a huge issue, but again, I'm not sure how I feel about it, so. Okay, so I have the engine cover back on, and no, I was wrong. I don't know why I thought this was gonna sit a little further up, kind of stupid. So no, this is not gonna be covered, but whatever. Let's start it up and see what happens. Okay, we're gonna start it up. Hopefully there's no lights or any weird things. Not seeing anything. I mean, got my check engine light on, but that is for the O2 sensor because of the access port. I doubt that has to do with the actual... I guess we're gonna have to go for a drive and see. Anyways, guys, that's going to conclude the video. Thank you so much for watching. Pretty simple install. Shouldn't take more than 15-20 minutes if you have all the right tools. If you have a stock intake, it probably will take a little bit longer. There's more to take off, but aftermarket intake, it was super simple, guys. Super simple. Just be careful taking out the hardware, making sure you don't drop anything, and you know, when you're putting the new stuff in, make sure that you don't drop anything or lose it or whatnot. But if you don't, it's a very easy take it off, put it on, simple stuff. I do like the way it sounds. It's definitely loud. I haven't adjusted the spring like I said, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe I will adjust it, maybe make it a little less loud or stiffer or softer. I've got to see how each side works, but I guess we'll see. Let me know what you think, if you guys like the way it sounds. And again, guys, appreciate you guys watching. I'll leave a link down below in the description for this diverter valve. But please like, comment, and subscribe. Let YouTube know I'm doing a good job. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.